Feeling is creation. Welcome to day 4 of Read to Rise Readers Book Club. And today we are going to talk about what is the point of feeling the positives and how it is going to become the creation of what we really want. Whenever your feeling is in conflict with your wish, feeling will be the victor. This was quoted by Neville Goddard. Fields of feeling. I want you to understand what happens to you when you give love through your good feelings, because it is truly magnificent. Your feelings create a magnetic field that completely surrounds you. Every person is surrounded by a magnetic field, and so whatever you go, the magnetic field goes with you. You may have seen ancient pictures depicting something similar where they show an aura or halo surrounding a person. Well, the aura surrounding each person is actually an electromagnetic field, and it's through the magnetism of your field that surrounds you that you attract everything in your life. What determines whether your field is positive or negative at any time is your feelings. Every single time you give love through your feelings, words, or actions, you add more love to the field around you. The more love you give, the greater and more powerful is your magnetic field. Whatever is in your magnetic field is attracting to itself, and so the more love in your field, the more power you have to attract the things you love. You can get to a point where the magnetic power in your field is so positive and so strong that you can have a flash of imagining and feeling something good, and within no time it has appeared in your life. This is incredible power you have, and that is the phenomenal power of the force of love. Through your ability to think and feel, you have dominion over all creation. Neville Goddard again quoted. I want to share a very simple situation that happened in my life that demonstrates how fast love can work. I love flowers, and so I do best to have fresh flowers each week because they make me feel happy. Usually, I buy flowers from the farmer's market, but on this particular week, it was raining and there was no farmer's market and no flowers. My response to there being no flowers was that it was a really good thing because it would make me appreciate and love flowers even more. Instead of feeling disappointment, I chose to feel love, and so I filled my magnetic field with the love of flowers. Within 2 hours, I received a delivery of an enormous vase of flowers from across the other side of the world. My sister had sent me the most beautiful flowers you have ever seen, thanking me for something I had done for her. When you give love, no matter what the circumstances must change. Now you can appreciate why it is so important to choose love, because every time you give love, you increase and multiply the love in the magnetic field around you. The more love you give in your day-to-day life, the greater the magnetic power of love you have in the field around you, and everything you want will fall at your feet. This is the magic of what your life will be when you are giving love. My life did not used to be as magical as it is now. My life used to be full of struggle and difficulties, but I discovered something fantastic about life, and what I discovered is something I am sharing with you in this book. Nothing is too big for the force of love. This is no distance too great, no obstacle it cannot overcome. Time cannot stand in its way. You can change anything in your life by harnessing the greatest power in the universe, and you have to do is give love. The point of creation. You can tend to think of the things you want to really big things, but your perspective is way out of proportion when you think that way. When you think something is really big, in effect, you are saying to the law of attraction, this is so big, it's going to be difficult to achieve, and it's probably going to take a really long time. And you will be right, because whatever you feel and think and feel is what you will receive. If you think your desire is really big, you will create difficulty and a time delay in receiving what you want. But there is no big or small for the law of attraction, and there is no concept of time for the law of attraction. To help you have the true perspective of creation, no matter how big your desire may seem to you, think of it as the size of a dot. You may want a house, car, vacation, money, the perfect partner, your dream job, or children. You may want to receive full health in your body. You may want to pass exams, get into a particular college, break a world record, because become president, a successful actor, lawyer, writer, or teacher. It doesn't matter what is what it is you want. Think of it as the size of a dot, because for the force of love, what you want is smaller than a dot. Our doubts are traitors and make us lose the good we of might win. William Shakespeare. So my dream house, and this is what the size of the dream is. So universe is abundant. If you find your faith wavering, just put a dot in the center of the last circle, and next to the dot, write the name of your desire. As often as you like, look at your drawing of the dot in the circle, knowing your desire is the size of what of that dot for the force of love. How to change something negative. Now this is very important concept. If there is something negative in your life and you want to change it, the process is the same. Give love by reimagining and feeling that you have what you want. Remember that anything negative is lack of love, and so you have to imagine the opposite of the negative situation, because its opposite is love. For example, if you have an illness that you want to be gone, give love for your body being healthy. If you are using the creation process to change something negative, know that you do not have to turn the negative into a positive. That feels really hard to do, and it is not how creation works. Creation means something new is created, which automatically replaces the old. You don't need to think about what you want to change. All you have to do is give love for what you want, and the force of love will replace the negativity for you. If a person is injured and receiving medical help, but things are not improving, it means they are imagining and feeling the injury more than they are imagining and feeling a full of recovery. The way to tip the balance to recovery is to imagine and feel having a full recovery more than not having it. The fact that you can imagine a full recovery means that that it already exists. Impregnate your magnetic field with good feelings about anything and everything that makes you feel good. Ramp up your love in every areas of your life. Feel good as much as you can, because every moment of giving love brings a full recovery. Your feelings are your God, told by Chanakya. Whether you want to change your health, money, relationship, or anything else, the process is the same. Imagine what you want. Imagine and feel the love of having it. Imagine every scene and situation you can with what you want and feel that you have it now. Try spending 7 minutes each day imagining and feeling having what you want. Do it each day until you feel as though you already have your desire. Do it until you know your desire belongs to you. As you know your name belongs to you, with some things you will get to this state after just 1 or 2 days. Other things may take you longer. Then simply get on with your life, giving as much love and as many good feelings as you can, because the more love you give, the faster you will receive what you desire. After you have imagined and felt having what you want, you are literally in a new world with what you have imagined. So don't contradict the new world by telling everyone about an injury that's not improving, because then you are imagining the worst again and you are back in the old world. As you imagine the worst, that's what you will receive back. As you imagine the best, that's what you will receive back. If somebody asks how your injury is doing, you can say, I'm feeling 100% again and my body is following. You can say, you can say this has been blessing because it has made me appreciate my body and health more than I ever have in my life. Or if you are bold enough, you can say, I have a full recovery by the horns. You can't talk about something you don't want without feeling bad. It's that simple, but people are so used to not feeling good at a lot of time, they don't even notice how bad they feel when they are imagining and notice and talking about what they don't want. When you become more aware of how you are feeling and you care more about your feelings, you will get to the point where the slightest dip in your good feelings will be unbearable for you. You will become so used to feeling good. You will be so aware of your feelings that if they dip, you will feel it and you will get yourself back to feeling good right away. You are supposed to feel good and be happy most of the time because you are meant to have an amazing life and there is no other way you can receive it. I'm still determined to be cheerful and happy in whatever situation I may be, for I have also learned from experience that the greater part of our happiness or misery depends upon our dispositions and not upon our circumstances. Martha Washington, First Lady, wife of George Washington, first President of the US. Now, how to eliminate bad feelings? You can change anything in your life by changing how you feel. When you change how you feel about any subject, the subject must change. But in changing the way you feel, don't try to get rid of bad feelings because all bad feelings are simply a lack of love. Instead of Instead, you put love in. You don't try to get rid of anger or sadness. Anger and sadness are gone when you put love in. There is nothing to dig out of you. When you put love into you, all bad feelings are gone. There is only one force in life, and that force is love. You are either feeling good because you are full of love, or you are feeling bad because you're empty of love. But all your feelings are degrees of love. Think of love as if it is the what is it sorry think of love as if it is water in a glass and the glass is your body. When a glass has only a little water in it, it is empty of water. You can't change the water level in the glass by waging war on the emptiness and trying to rip out of the emptiness. The emptiness goes by filling the glass with water. When you have bad feelings, you are empty of love. And so when you put into love into yourself, the bad feelings are gone. Now don't resist bad feelings. Everything has its perfect place in life, including bad feelings. Without bad feelings, you would never know what it feels like to feel good. You would just feel the one blah feeling all the time because you would have nothing to compare your feelings to. You wouldn't know what it feels like to feel really happy, excited, or joyful. It is through feeling sadness that you know how good it feels to be happy. You can never remove bad feelings from life because they are part of life, and without them, you wouldn't have good feelings. If you feel bad about having bad feelings, you are adding more power to your bad feelings. Not only all your bad feelings get worse, but you will increase the negativity you are giving out. Now you understand that bad feelings don't bring the life you want, which will make you more mindful. Not to let bad feelings take over you. You are in charge of your feelings, and so if you have a bad feeling sweeping over you, one way to discharge its energy is to lighten up. There is a world within, a world of thoughts and feelings and power, of light and beauty, and although invisible, its forces are mighty. Charles Hannell. Life is supposed to be fun. When you are having fun, you feel great and you receive great things. When you take life too seriously, you receive serious things. Having fun brings the life you want, and taking things too seriously brings a life you have to take seriously. You have the power over your life, and you can use it to design your life in whatever way you want. But for your sake, own sake, lighten up. To lighten up about bad feelings, I have imagined bad feelings as wild horses. There is an angry horse, a resentful horse, blaming horse, sulky horse, cranky horse, grumpy horse, and irritable horse. You name it, there is a stable full of bad feeling horses. If I feel some disappointment over something that has happened, then I say to myself, why did you climb on the disappointment horse? Get off it now because it's heading for more disappointments and you don't want to go where it's going. And so I imagine bad feelings as wild horses. I climb on, and if I climbed on them, then I can get off them too. I don't see bad feelings as something that is real, that is the real me or anyone else, because that is not the truth. Bad feelings are not who you are, and they are not who anyone is. A bad feeling is something you allowed yourself to feel, and you can choose to get off that horse as fast as you jumped on it too. If you think of bad feelings as a wild horse that you climbed on, it's one way to take the power out of the bad feelings. If someone close to you is cranky, their bad feelings will have far less power to affect you if you imagine them as having climbed on a cranky horse. You will not take their crankiness so personally. But if you do take it personally and you become cranky from their crankiness, then you just jumped on the cranky horse with them. Wow. Respond intelligently, even to unintelligent treatment. And so, with anything in life that I don't want, I use my imagination to have fun and take the power out of what I don't want. Sometimes watching myself or other people ride wild horses in various life situations make me laugh. And when you can laugh yourself on the bad feelings, that is really something. You have just changed your life. So if you are feeling bad, don't give that bad feeling more power by beating up on yourself that you feel bad. If you do if you do that, You are just whipping the wild horse into a bigger negative frenzy. The idea is not to hate bad feelings, but to deliberately choose good feelings and choose them more often. When you resist bad feelings, they increase. The more you don't want bad feelings, the more you increase them. The more you resist anything in life, the more you bring it to you. So don't care about bad feelings. If they come upon you, don't resist them at all. And then you take all the power out of them. Now, points to remember, we'll do quickly. Every person is surrounded by a magnetic field wherever you go. The magnetic field goes with you. You attract everything through the magnetism of your field. Your feelings determine whether your field is positive or negative at any time. Every single time you give love through your feelings, words, or actions, you add more love to the field around you. The more love in your field, the more power you have to attract the things you love. Imagine what you want as the size of a dot. For the force of love, what you want is smaller than a dot. You do not have to turn the negative into the positive. Just give love for what you want, because the creation of what you want replaces the negativity. Spend 7 minutes each day imagining and feeling having what you want. Do it until you know your desire belongs to you, as you know your name belongs to you. There is only one force in life, and that force is love. You are either feeling good because you are full of love, or you're feeling bad because you're empty of love. But all of your feelings are degrees of love. To lighten up about bad feelings, imagine bad feelings as wild horses you climb on. If you climbed on them, you can climb off them too. You can choose to get off that horse as fast as you jumped on to it. Change what you give, and you will always, without exception, change what you receive, because that is the law of attraction. That is the law of love. Thank you. Tomorrow will begin with life follows you.